For ACUSports.com, I'm Grant Boone with head basketball coach Joe Golding and sophomore forward Jaren Lewis. The Wildcats knock off Randall University tonight at Moody Coliseum, 78-74. Jaren, 22 points to lead ACU. You had a 20-point lead. They cut it to 3 at one point. How much of a roller coaster was tonight in those last few minutes?
It was crazy. We just know we have to battle through adversity. We know you have to get better on the defensive end. We know it shouldn't have happened, but it's just stuff we have to battle through to learn from and get better next time.
No matter what a coach says to you, everybody knows this is a Division I team against a team that's not even in the NCAA. How hard is it to get up for a team that doesn't play on the same level you play on?
It's kind of hard. It's easy to look past them and think about the next game, but we know it's important. We got to stay in the moment, take one game at a time, so we got to stay locked in. Our coach always preaches that to us.
8 out of 9 games you've scored in double digits. This is your second 20-plus point game of the season. What has been the key for you this year as you've elevated your game, it seems, from already a high level to something higher?
Just listening to the coaching staff and tell me all the time, attack the rim. The rim is a magnet. When you attack, good things happen. I really think I've bought into that mindset, and then just the hard work I've been putting in the offseason, things really translated.
Let's talk to your head coach here. Coach, you told me at times last year, as great as Jaren was as a freshman, you thought he could have gone through defenders a few more. Are you seeing some of that more with Jaren this year?
Yeah, that's because of all the hard work he did last spring and the summer and in the fall. He's put on weight. I think he's still got some more weight that we can put on this next spring and next summer, and that should excite all Wildcat fans. You know, we knew he was a good player. We knew when we got him, we were happy to get him. We knew last year he was going to be really special for us, and he's starting to do that. The thing I like about Jaren right now is he's maturing. He's fun to coach. He's got a great attitude. He listens. He's a sponge on that type of stuff, and he wants to be good. You know, good players want to be coached. Good players want they want more. They want you to keep coaching them and keep telling them what to do. And he's fun. The ceiling is going to be fun to see how far he can reach because I think it's just beginning. But the thing. Back to the point of earlier is his consistency, I think, is just it's just we know every night what we're going to get with Jaren Lewis, and that's what you want. When you're a freshman, you have no idea. Like last year, we didn't know what Jaren, and Jaren probably didn't know. He probably didn't know what game he was at half the time. You know, we were just having fun and enjoying the youth and their excitement, but now there's a lot more maturity on his end, and there's consistency on in and how he approaches every game.
I know you only saw the game once so far. You'll get a chance to look at it on film, but what, from your first take, do you take positively out of this, and what do you take away that gives you a little bit of pause?
Well, we won the game, you know, so that's always a positive, but we should win the game, you know. So it's on me, you know. We were up 20, and we started subbing like crazy and trying to teach some fundamentals on some things we want to do defensively and try to catch some guys' attention and make sure that they were paying attention to details and how we want to do some things defensively. And so that probably got us out of rhythm a little bit. Offensively, yeah. And, you know, we let they spread us out a little bit, and they hit some shots, and when shots start going in, that's the first time that's happened to us this year. We've done a really good job of guarding the three-point line up until this point, and when teams start seeing the ball go through the net, it gets harder and harder to guard, and that's why we preach every possession is important. You know, we've got to be on our game right from the start so we don't let guys see the ball go through the net and get confidence as the game goes on.
And when a fan may look at the score and they see it's a non-NCAA team, it's easy to forget they've got players who easily could be playing NCAA basketball somewhere, into Division 1, 2, or 3, or whatever. And then you do tip your cap on some level when they make that many shots. Sneed's a legit player, and certainly Cassius Lyons. We know what he can do from Abilene Christian.
Yeah, I mean, give those guys credit. You know, I mean, they came in here last year. I think they each scored 2 or 3 points. You know, I think Sneed had a good night. So give him, you know, he coming home in front of his family and friends, and to have a night, I'm sure that's special for him. So give him, a lot of credit for coming in here. It's always fun to go home. It's tough sometimes when you go play in front of family and friends. You try to. Sometimes it goes either way. You either try to do too much and you don't score, or sometimes you have nights like he did tonight, and I'm sure he'll remember that for a long time. So happy for him, and all credit to those guys at Randall. I thought they were prepared. They had a tough travel. They played last night. That just shows some toughness. They get in vans. They come all the way down here today, and they get down 20, and they continue to fight, and that's a lesson that we can learn, you know, our team. So, give them all the credit. They're very well coached. They had a good game plan of kind of sticking to what they did, and so they deserve all the credit.
And now you hit the road. You're going to manage some busy days here in the next few days, and you got 2 games on the West Coast. So what are you looking forward to about this trip?
I've just got to get back to playing our brand of basketball. I'm excited to go to California and play 2 games. I'm sure our guys are excited to play Sac State and San Francisco, instead of Northern New Mexico and Hillsdale, or Randall, excuse me. So I'm sure that they'll be excited. I hope we have 2 good practices, Thursday and Friday, and we get ready to go. We're playing 2 two really good teams. Sac State has really turned their program around and done some really good things the last 3 or 4 years. I think they've won 6 or 7 in a row at home. So they're playing well there at their place. It's tough travel for us. And then obviously San Francisco is I haven't seen them at all yet, but I know their record is really good. So we've got our hands full. We've got a tough road trip, but I think our guys will be up for the challenge and looking forward to playing.
Well, ACU with the win tonight over Randall, 78-74, will guarantee a winning record going into conference play. Now 6-3 with those 2 games coming up over the weekend. Saturday night at Sacramento State and Monday night at the University of San Francisco. We'll have both games for you on the ACU Radio Network. For Jaren Lewis and Coach Joe Golding, I'm Grant Boone for ACUSports.com.